car number 47 is Don Craig out of Thunder Bay, Ontario. Next to him, the 02 car of Jesse Ogston from Duluth.
In row number 2, the 50 Brady Call out of Fort Francis, Ontario, alongside the 32 of Cody Carlson from Superior, Wisconsin.
And in the third row, the 21 JR of Jeff Klopstein Jr. Next to him, the 29G of Jake Gondik from Foxborough, Wisconsin.
In row number 4, the 17 of Devin Van House out of Silver Bay, Minnesota, alongside the 37 of Mac Esty out of Kelly Lake.
And in the fifth row, another Esty, the 37X of Skeeter from Kelly Lake as well. Next to him, the 69 belonging to Justin Bassa out of Hermantown.
In the sixth row, the 31 car of Ross Sitter out of Duluth, Minnesota, alongside the 68K of Dan Kingsley from Superior.
And in the seventh row, the 4L of Kerry LePage from Culver, and next to him, the 51 of Dale Sumla Jr. from Hermantown.
In the eighth row, the 70 JR of David Simpson out of Thunder Bay, alongside the 52 out of Jeremy Lindquist from Ashland, Wisconsin.
And in the ninth row, it's the 13 of Chris Bredding from Washburn, Wisconsin, and next to him, the 3G of Jason Goldfein from Superior.
In the final row, the 11 JR of Andrew Inman from Hermantown, Minnesota, alongside the 15M of Justin Madsen out of Foxborough, Wisconsin.
So we really haven't had a feature here in 4 weeks, if you look back, with the rain 4th of July, the rain again last week. So nice to see the features starting to right from the top. And as long as Mother Nature doesn't do something crazy again, we should get some in.
It was nice of them to wait for us.
It certainly was. It was a good little break, and now we're excited. Of course, 20 laps on this first feature of the Midwest Modified. And
20 laps, 20 cars.
Is there any disadvantage to doing the features off the top like this in terms of the track not really being worn in?
Well, between the track not totally being broken yet for the evening and the drivers just, some of them just getting out of their travel mindset and off their day jobs, and nobody's really warmed up yet. This should be pretty exciting.
No time to mess around. It's just kind of like get going right away. The money race off the top like this.
Jump right into it.
And we do have the standings from the Midwest Modifieds. Of course, these haven't changed in the 4 weeks either because nobody's earned any points.
They will change twice tonight, though, right?
It'll be an exciting night for somebody. Whoever's keeping track of those points will have a busy night as we look at it. No surprise, the SCs is still atop there. Skeeter followed by Mac. Then in the third spot, Devin Van House followed by Dan Kingsley, Jake Gondik. Then in the sixth spot, Cody Carlson followed by Tyler Luger, Andrew Inman, David Simpson, and Chris Bredding. And then the Estes have ruled early on here. It'll be interesting to see if that's still the case kind of midway through the season.
See if they're able to continue their mojo here at Amsoil Motor Speedway.
This has been a good place for them. And the seat time, I mean, does seat time become a problem with just not features? I mean, just not a lot of racing here over the last month.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's really a problem because they go everywhere else and race, so they're still getting some seat time, but seat time at this track, you usually get into a rhythm over the season when there's not that many delays.
Certainly a lot of these guys race Saturday somewhere else, and then Sunday at Proctor, so they're getting in a couple of races besides this anyways.
Yeah, they're definitely comfortable in their cars. It's just what we're going to see out of this track, especially after the monsoon last weekend.
Yeah, this place got a lot of rain. Built well for it, though. With the ponds here, so hopefully if any track can handle it, this will be the one. Good news is no rain on the radar. I don't want to jinx anything, but that's what Adam Clark said at the Northlands News Center, KBJR, so we'll blame him if it rains. And it looks like we will take green on this next go-around. And there it is, 20 laps, folks. The Midwest Modified feature starting things off here tonight in a hurry.
4 wide through turn number 1 and 2. A little bit of a traffic jam, nobody around.
Keep an eye on turns 3 and 4. That's where these guys seem to have the most problems out of any.
Don Craig sideways through turn number 3 that
and
time.
We already have an Esty around there that looks like the 37X. It turned around and then got bumped on the backside. And not even a lap in.
Got a few casualties. The 13 at Chris Bredding. Not even 1 lap down.
Somebody on the tow truck, too. I didn't even see that car the first lap, but no short of excitement on lap number 1 here at Amsoil Motor Speedway. Hopefully everybody's okay. Bredding's car looks pretty beat up on the front side there. I think the Esty as well.
From our viewpoint, it only looks like it might be just some body damage. That would hopefully be the case for Chris.
And there is Mac Esty with the 37 there. I think he got bumped on the other side as he just kind of gets out to look around and see what's going on, make sure everything's okay. It's certainly not the way he wanted to start his night.
Certainly not, especially with his points lead up for grabs in a 2-feature evening.
A couple of trucks out there trying to check it out and to see what's going on, along with Chris Bredding, as you said, the orange 13 car. But hopefully just some body damage. I mean, if some of the parts fly off, those guys can still keep going, you know, for the most part.
Yeah, aerodynamics isn't really a key factor here. It's more protection for the car, but if he can get that thing fired up, I'm sure he'll want to stay in it, keep on racing.
Hard, there's so many cars just trying to get around him with a couple of trucks out there. And this guy's just trying to cruise around. And as we wait here, the caution flag, of course, out with a couple of cars turned around. So it looks like we're down to 18 cars now, but 20 laps still on the board here in Midwest Modified Feature. And hopefully we'll take the green on this go-around. And green we will. 20 laps to go here on the first feature of the night. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Sarah Wheeler, joined alongside Chad Lyons tonight. Gorgeous night here in Superior, Wisconsin. Way out in front, Don Craig. Chad.
Don Craig gets a really good burst of speed coming out of turn number 2 and just sails down that back straightaway.
He doesn't want a caution flag again. He wants to just get out in front, keep it that way. Second spot there, it looks like the 29G of Jake Gondik, who's had a great season here at Amsoil Speedway as well. Behind him, a 50 car.
Brady Call.
All guys we've talked about throughout the summer. And there goes Don Craig, no problems at all as he goes by. Field's starting to kind of thin out. 18 laps now left, 18 laps to go here on the first feature of the night, Midwest Modified.
It's kind of hard for this to sink in that it's a feature race so early in the evening.
No time for us to warm up either. We jumped right into it, Chad.
Pushed off the dock. Don Craig still leading Jake Gondik. Brady Call, Devin Van House able to make a move on the inside coming out of turn number 2.
And for these guys, really an opportunity to move up on the standings with Mac Esty out. These guys can push their way to the top.
Something else all these guys have to consider too is they got to save their cars. They have another feature and preliminaries to compete in later this evening.
Kind of a different mindset then than a normal race night.
Kind of on eggshells, but you still want to win.
That's exactly what Don Craig is doing at this point. 15 laps now as they go by. With Gondik in that second spot and Brady Call in the third spot. They've been 1, 2, 3 and throughout as the field starts to really spread out.
Don Craig not really able to walk away from this one with Jake Gondik only a car length behind. Devin Van House gets a lot of speed going in through turn number 3. Pushing him way outside, and that'll give Brady Call the opportunity to take away the position. As Jake Gondik takes away the position from Don Craig coming out of turn number 2. Looks like that high line is still just a little slippery, and if you go in too hot, you're going to push way to the outside.
Early on like this, it's probably a different line than we'll see later tonight in the features.
Exactly. The track is definitely going to be morphing all through the evening. Andrew Inman around in turn number 4. Looks like he's still fired up and rolling. Hopefully just a spin and grin and get back in.
The exact same spot, if I'm not mistaken, where Mac Esty was, kind of the middle of the road there on turn number 4, and he had the same problems, but a lot less damage, so a good thing for him.
A little frustration, but better than a tore-up race car.
We got 13 laps left, it looks like now on this feature, 13 of 20. So 7 in a row there, and that's not a bad start. As we take just a quick caution flag as we get things turned around and Inman back into place at the back of the pack, which I'm sure he won't be very happy about.
Jake Gondik, I'm sure not very happy, as he was just about to try and open up a lead over Don Craig. Don Craig with a very fast car, so does Brady Call. And Devin Van House chomping at the bit right on the leader's tails.
It seems like some of the best racing action, really kind of 4 or 5 guys that have been among the top racers, 7 laps in, kind of fighting for the top spot. Sometimes we see just one guy that pulls out and that's it.
Exactly. It's a lot more exciting for the fans and everybody here and our viewers at home.
A double feature night here at Amsoil Motor Speedway. Not a bad night to tune in here on the My 9 Sports Network, or just be here in person as well. A great night. It's got to be still probably about 80 out here in Superior. And summer is finally here with August just around the corner, Chad.
16 more weeks, snow. Ugh.
That's when you can turn your TV off. Blame that guy, not me. Looks like we'll take one more parade lap here before the green as they get situated into place. Again, 13 laps left here on the first feature of the night, making up from last week after really a monsoon hit of sorts after the prelims finished up.
Scoreboard showing 14 laps at the moment. Must have slid one back in under there. Well, we weren't looking.
And I bet we will take the green here as these guys come around. Don Craig leading the charge, but we'll see how long that holds. Quite a few guys on his tail as they go green again. 14 laps to go, 14 more laps in Midwest Modified Feature, the first feature of the night.
Brady Call trying to make a move on the outside. Just did not pay off as he got high up in the marbles, lost a lot of traction and a lot of speed going down the back straightaway.
What a battle for first there. Don Craig out in front, right behind him, though. Jake Gondik, the 29G car, and those guys are neck and neck along with Devin Van House there in the 3rd spot with now 13 laps to go, and it should be a great finish, the first feature of the night.
32 of Cody Carlson getting into the fray with Brady Call and Dan Kingsley, all battling for that 4th spot behind Devin Van House.
Caution flag obviously bunched them up, and now a lot more guys at the top of the pack trying to vie for even 4th, 5th, and 6th spot. Of course, they all get points, and even one place can make a difference. For now, though, it's Don Craig out in front, right with Gondik, though, trying to get him on the inside, but he won't have any of it, as Craig still holds on to that top spot with 11 laps to go. Devin Van House in the 3rd spot.
Don Craig able to hold off a lot of offense from Jake Gondik. Right now, door to door down the back straightaway.
We have Dan Kingsley in the 4th, Brady Call in the 5th spot. Those guys, though, right on top of the guys in front of them. Really anybody's race at this point.
Don Craig gets a little loose in turn number 3. Devin Van House almost was able to make a move on him there. That's good news for Jake as he just keeps his eyes forward and opens up his lead.
Gondik leads it right now, this Midwest Modified Feature with just 9 laps to go until we crown a champion on the first feature of the night. Gondik out in front, followed by the 47 there of Don Craig, and then Devin Van House